Hey, welcome here guys to Rudik Video Games channel. Today's video is going to be about solo leveling Rise, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the upcoming update, specifically WOBL. I think I found the best build for SJW in terms of teams, gears, weapons, skills, and so on, the best combination. And I'm going to provide you some proofs, evidences, showcase. At the end of this video, I believe you will understand why is it the best build so far. So yeah, the upcoming update and WOBL is supposed to be with the light element and most likely fire element. It's not 100%, but I believe so. Before we're going to start, just a small announcement. Tomorrow I'm planning to go live. We're going to make weekly activities, like again WBL and simulation gates. Feel free to come and join. I'll make a short announcement after this video. You're more than welcome. And the next live stream is going to be at the day of the update release. So when Isel will come out. And of course, I'm going to summon for her to A5. We'll do tests, as well as a new weapon for SJW, a fire one, will be released. I'm going to get it, so will be a lot of tests. We'll try new content, WBL, everything. So feel free to join me, subscribe, hit the like button, hit this notification bell to not miss the new content. Yeah, now let's begin with the build for SJW, and first of all I'm going to show you exactly him. Let's start with the points. And of course, yeah, I decided to get some more precision. As you can see here, I'm at 99%, almost 40k attack, and this amount of attack is more than enough, I should say. Now about the weapons, let's say the gold-tailed fox is going to be the best support weapon for Divine Quarterstaff. And Divine Quarterstaff is going to be the best damage weapon for the light content. We're not talking about what can be used. Here I'm going to talk specifically about the best combinations, the best skills, and so on. As an alternative, you can use a plum sword. It's going to be pretty much close, but still a little bit behind the gold-tailed fox. I made a lot of tests, compared both weapons, and I have plum sword at 810, and even with this difference, still gold-tailed fox is the best support weapon for the light setup, period. Now about the skills, which I found the best here, specifically for this build, it is going to be first one, Decimation, the Almighty Break. First of all, it's going to deal break damage, of course, and as we're waiting for the new WBL, all the previous bosses, they had the break bar. I believe the new one is going to have it as well, and if he is going to be weak to fire, that's perfect, that's the best fit. But the other reason to use the skill is actually increase of critical hit damage by 50% at heroic level, and at legendary it's going to be even more, 80%, if I remember it correctly. The other skill is going to be this one, Earth Shock, which is a heavy break. It deals light element damage, and it also at legendary level increases critical hit damage by 50% for 12 seconds, which a lot. At heroic, if I remember it correctly, is going to be 30%, which is pretty much decent still. You may ask me, okay, two break skills. None of them are going to deal a massive amount of damage, which is not completely true, but still I agree with you. Well, actually, the Decimation is providing some decent damage, let's be real. But the main precious here, the main beauty, is specifically about Divine Quarterstaff. You're going to receive just incredible amount of damage from specifically this weapon, and you don't really need any DPS skills if you're going to build it correctly. Also, for the blessing stones, and this is an important one, I found the best combination with specifically these blessing stones like weakness detection, sharp perception, mana rampage, and bloodlust. And here you may ask me, okay, reawakening, this is a pretty much important one blessing stone. And again, I agree with you. But we need to keep in mind that Divine Quarterstaff is a single hit weapon. The cooldown is pretty long and you can really spam with it in compared to some other weapons. You want to land almost always critical hits and provide with this single hit as much damage as possible. So most likely you would like to use this one weapon with all possible buffs from skills, from your hunters, and so on. And there is no way you can reduce cooldown of your hunters, so you have to wait when they're going to be from the cooldown to use them all and use Divine Quarterstaff after that. There is no reason to use Reawakening in this case, that's why I decided, so probably increase of attack is going to be more important. There are some other alternatives, but I suggest to use this one Blessing Stone when you have it at a legendary level. The other one good alternative is going to be Double-Edged Sword, and that's pretty much it. Now a little bit about the gear. And this is actually a tricky one because, okay, yeah, for helmets, gear, and so on, this is pretty much similar to all other builds, 4 pieces curse, no questions about it. But for accessories, the best one which I found, and I believe that's pretty much true after several tests I've done, the best fit here is going to be the Obsidian set, so 4 pieces outstanding ability to get yourself 60% damage increase, which is again huge and going to be best here for Divine Quarterstaff, which is a single hit weapon. How can I justify it? Okay, so first of all, in terms of skills, they are with pretty much long cooldown, except for this one, which is a Earth Shock. It has pretty much fast cooldown, but you're not going to use it often. It's not going to provide a lot of attacks in a row, as for example Sonic Stream, which is going to land a lot of attacks. And again, Divine Quarterstaff, the Spear, they're pretty slow. They deals not too many attacks, so you won't receive a lot of stacks for the expert set. And in my case, it's really worth to focus more on a single damage output. As a result, you will have more or less the same numbers, or even outstanding ability set is going to outperform the expert set, specifically in this case. Now a little bit about the team setup. So here I'm using just 3 support units without any breakers, without any DPS units. In terms of total power, I believe I'm in a pretty good spot. It can be higher, it really depends on the requirements for the new WOBL, we will see, but so far this is the best combination which I found. They are the universal support units, Malin Fisher, Ayla, and Min. I enjoy this combination a lot, and for sets which I'm using here, so one support unit is going to be with 8 pieces Burning Blessing, the other one 4 pieces Guardian set, 4 pieces Sylph's Blessing, and the final one 4 pieces Noble Sacrifice and 4 pieces Sylph's Blessing again. This is going to provide the most amount of benefit from these support units. So for my shadows, I am using Beru as a Shadow Authority for 5% extra attack and critical hit damage as well. This is pretty much solid. If you understand that, for example, you're lacking in terms of critical hit rate, which is pretty much huge. I mean, you always want to land critical hits. Well, in majority of cases. You may consider Igris as your shadow authority, and the last one is going to be Surbi for combustion effect. And after I have shown you my build, let me just really quick show you why is it the case, why is it working so well. So here, as you can see, I'm not going to change anything. The weapons, you can see the hunters, my shadows as well. my gears, nothing touched. The skills, so everything as I shown you before, I'm going to use pretty much the same thing. Let's begin and you will see everything on your own. We'll start from the very beginning, and here I am summoning Ayla immediately, dash, summoning shadows, shadow step, Malin Fisher, first skill, spear, decimation, and the quarterstaff, boom, 45% left. It's about 200 million damage. Let me finish this real quick. I'm waiting for my hunters to be from the cooldown, using here the skill. Hunters are going to work, charging quarterstaff. Boom, he is done. 200 million damage from a single hit. No need of expert, and the result is pretty decent. It's proof of strong. The boss has a lot of HP. I have 2 breaking skills, and you can imagine, for example, if the opponent is going to have a break bar, it's going to fade real quick. The damage output is just crazy. 2 hits to kill the twin-headed ogre, proof of strong level 20, with 2 freaking hits. I believe the result is pretty much obvious. Hope this video was helpful to you guys, and yeah, build your Sanjanu, build your team, prepare for the upcoming WOBL. I believe this should be interesting. Don't forget about my streams, and again, hit the like button, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.